Hello, it is Thursday. My days were all wonky yesterday. I started watching it back and I said Tuesday and I'm like, it's not Tuesday. Are you okay? So I had to edit in what actual day it was because I seemed to be crazy yesterday. But today I haven't actually done that much. Like I've gotten ready for the day and stuff like that, and I still like haven't done anything. There's this painting I want to do and I keep putting it off, and I need to not put it off, like, because I'm afraid it's just not going to come out well. So then I put it off and I put it off and then I never do it and I do something else, and it's like, it doesn't matter if it comes out good or bad. Like, I'm never going to know, and I'm never going to like do it again to make it better the next time if I don't even do it the first time. So I gotta do that, and I want to use gouache for that, and I still haven't done a video, so there may or may not be a video tomorrow. It depends on if I want to make this a video. Still not sure about that, and the gouache thing that I did actually worked out. They actually weren't all that bad. I did put some in a pan because I wanted to test it out. I'm gonna move over here. Bop. Okay, so I did put some in a pan. I put the brown one, and it's not exactly dry, actually. I just got some on my desk. It's not fully dry yet, and it goes in all lumpy, and I didn't mix it with anything, but I just put it in the pan because I wanted to see how fast it would dry and if it would work well in, like, a big chunk. So I'm waiting for this to dry, and I want that to dry fully before I test that. I figured, because I did it at a decent time yesterday, and I figured, well, the rest of the night and overnight and stuff, it should dry fully. And I did end up covering it up with this, all my extra watercolor paints and stuff. I did end up just covering it with those because I didn't, I'm going to set you down, because I didn't actually know if my cats were going to be, like, interested in it and, like, stick their nose in it, and I didn't want to deal with that. I'm just cleaning off paint. So I covered it up, and if I hadn't covered it up, it probably would have dried fine because it would have been like fully like out there in the world. But I didn't do that, so that's my fault. I didn't finish wiping off paint. But whatever, it should be dry by tonight. I actually forgot about it. I should have uncovered it earlier. And then I have paint in this one, which is almost fully dry. This one actually isn't fully dry. But it worked last night when I used it, but it was still kind of wet, so I left it. And it's a lot more dry today, so I'm going to test it out again today, and it should work exactly the same, really, except like it's more dry now, so maybe it'll be a little bit different. I have no idea. I'm also thinking about making another cup of coffee, because I don't need another cup of coffee. Like, this is my issue. Like, I won't be like dead tired, exhausted. I'll have a cup of coffee, and I'll feel better. And then I'll go, like, you know, like, I could go for another cup of coffee. That'd be delicious right now, because coffee just tastes so good. But then I don't actually need that other cup of coffee, and I had a hard time sleeping last night. And I think I only had one cup yesterday. I'm pretty sure I did, yeah, because I was a crazy mess. And I probably shouldn't have had coffee to begin with, but I did. Anyways, I don't need more coffee, but I want more coffee, and I don't want to go out and buy decaf. But I think I probably should get decaf, because in times like these when I want coffee, but I don't want to be all anxious and crazy, because right now I'm not. I'm perfectly fine right now. I have food right here. Sorry. What was I saying? When I want coffee, but I don't want to be crazy anxious, or if I am crazy anxious, but I want coffee, then I'll be able to have coffee. Decaf isn't like fully uncaffeinated or anything, but there's pretty much no caffeine in it. So, because I don't just drink coffee to, like, wake me up in the morning. I drink it because it tastes good and I like it. So, I'm thinking about getting decaf. And I might get decaf. Probably the cheap decaf, because I buy the cheap coffee to begin with anyways, because I'd like to buy better coffee and, like, not crazy cheap coffee, because it kind of sucks. And there's a lot of other coffees that taste a lot better. But, it's all I can afford, so I buy the cheapest coffee that they have at Save-A-Lot. I made ramen. Save-A-Lot, I don't think, is international or anything like that. I know there's, like, stores kind of like save a lot and stuff, but it's basically like an Aldi's, except like, I think Aldi's you have to like pay for your cart, like it's $0.25, and then you put the cart back and you get your quarter back and whatever. It's like that, like they ring it all up and they throw it into the big cart and then you bag it or box it yourself and stuff like that. That's basically what it is. It's just, I don't know the difference, actually. I've heard that, like, because I Googled it the one day, because there is an Aldi, like, 40-minute drive for me, in a different town that I used to live closer to, and I wanted to go there, and I Googled it to see, like, you know, which one's cheaper and stuff like that, and Save-A-Lot's, like, the same price for everything, except, like, it's a tiny bit cheaper for a few different items, and those were, like, the items that I needed to get, like, mainly, so I just go to Save-A-Lot, because it's also closer. Anyways, I guess that doesn't really matter. Why am I talking about this? But I'm gonna eat lunch, because I am very hungry. Usually I'm not that hungry, and I'll go, yeah, I'll make lunch and eat lunch, like, whatever I need to eat, but I'm never usually, like, actually hungry. Usually I don't get hungry till, like, 2 or 3 p.m., and then by that point it's gonna be dinner soon, so then I have to eat something small, and then I eat dinner, and, like, my eating schedule is often really weird. And sometimes if I eat too early, my body's like, why are you doing this? And it hates me. But yeah, I'm actually hungry, so I'm going to eat some ramen that I've made, and it's going to be super delicious. I haven't had ramen in so long. Like, it's really cheap, and I'm broke as heck, so you'd think I'd eat ramen all the time, but I prefer spaghetti. But yeah, I haven't had ramen in a long time, so it's going to be good, which kind of sucks. Another thing. I'm gonna keep talking, and I need to stop because I need to eat, but I narrowed down my list of therapists and stuff down to 3. There's one I really want to go to, but they're all the way in Rochester, and that's like, I think an hour and a half drive or something from me, especially depending on the way you take, and I really want to go there because she's also got like a therapy dog and stuff like that, and like, I like that a lot, and I've never seen that in like therapy before, like, looking at all these different therapists and like going to my last one and searching therapists last time, and like a couple months ago when I researched for therapists and stuff like that, I like never seen a therapist that had like a therapy dog that could like join the sessions to like help you out if you need it, and that's what I really want and I really like, and that's what but they're so far away, so I had to take them off my list, which sucks. And the other ones are still kind of far away, but they're not as far, and they're kind of closer, and like, I won't have to take like main roads to get there, and I don't mean like Main Street or whatever. I mean like a freeway sort of deal, which I can't handle by myself. And I want to pick one to where like, I'd prefer someone to go with me, and someone will probably go with me, but I'd like to where I can drive there and be comfortable driving there myself if I had to, or if I wanted to, I'd be able to go alone. So I don't want to pick one to where like the drive is too crazy or this, that, whatever, and like something I'd also feel comfortable doing myself in the winter especially, because if there's like a time in the winter where I want to go and no one can go with me, I want to be able to feel comfortable driving there in the winter by myself. So that's kind of like where I'm going with all this jazz. One of them that I actually really want to go to is, like, extra far away. Not as far as, like, Rochester, but still generally far, considering where I live. So that sucks. Everything sucks, but then another part of me is thinking, like, well, maybe a longer drive that I feel comfortable doing, because that is a drive I feel comfortable doing. Generally, I do, not with, like, traffic and stuff. It would depend on the day and time and, like, how crazy I am that day sort of deal. But generally, I feel like a longer drive would suck, but then I'll also be helpful, because I'll be really, really anxious, and maybe the first half of the drive I'll be really anxious, or maybe it'll last the whole way and I'll be anxious while I'm there and I'll, like, crazy freak out, but then also maybe, like, it'll give me more time to be less anxious, whereas, like, in the shorter drives, I'll be crazy anxious the whole way there and the whole, like, session and stuff like that, and then I'll get home and still be anxious, whereas I'll have all that extra time to, like, be able to calm myself down, and so it might be more beneficial to pick someone far away but not too far away. I don't know, does this make sense? I feel like it makes sense to me, at least. I do have 3 on my list, and I do want to look for more, I think. I don't want to just, like, pick the first 3 and then pick one out of there, and, like, I kind of want to do that because then I can try it out and maybe I'll like that person, but then I don't want to, like, limit myself to 3 people, not like that person, go to someone else, not like them, and, like, not have a big enough list to find someone where I'm comfortable going to and driving to and being alone and all this. Like, everything's so complicated, and it shouldn't be this complicated, or maybe it should. I don't know. Am I freaking out? Yes. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go eat my noodles. So, I have eaten, and I put my hair up. I have a lot of, like, really stupid flyaways that I can't seem to, like, get all of them, like, in the place I want them to be. I think that's better. I don't know. I just have a lot of, like, short hairs, and I need to, like, reshave this bit because it's getting really stupid long. Whatever. I'll do that at some point. I just want to tuck my hair behind my ears. Okay. Weird habit. But, I also want to dye my hair soon. I'm thinking about just bleaching it and toning it and going back to blonde and then going from there. I think I have to rinse my water out, actually. Either that or there's just paint in my brush from yesterday. It really shouldn't be. No, that's a little bit better. Okay. I want to try out this paint again now that it's actually dry, because it ends up, yeah. It comes back to life. It kind of comes off looking like a watercolor, and then you paint it down. It still looks really nice in my opinion. You can make it more opaque and stuff. It's basically like more, it just acts more like a watercolor rather than more of an acrylic that you can make look like a watercolor. Now it's more like a watercolor that you can make look like an acrylic. Does any of this make sense? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if putting this into pans and making a palette out of it would be that worth it. So I feel like you would end up using a lot of paint, but I've done all this and not used that much paint because a little bit of gouache goes a long way. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with it. Can I reactivate the stuff that's already on the page? Yeah, I kind of figured you could, considering it's kind of water-based. But yeah, I think I might make a palette out of this stuff. The only thing I want to do is I want to try experimenting again to see if adding honey to it will make it not do stupid stuff, like how it did in this. How you can see it's kind of lumpy. And I didn't do anything because I figured, oh, it's going to dry fine and stuff, even though it cracked in there. And I was like, I don't know. And when I put the paint in here, it was completely filled the entire cavity. But after drying and losing all that water and stuff, it like shrunk down, which I kind of didn't expect because my watercolors didn't really do that. But yeah, I think I'm going to try doing that. And I'll pick out a different color or whatever, because I'm not going to have 2 pans of the same color. And when I make the palette, that one will just be the odd one in there. But yeah, I think I might make a palette out of this, because it ends up looking pretty much the same. It's just, like, it's a different texture than watercolor. And, like, the opaqueness is, like, it looks different, I guess. I don't know, gouache is just a very interesting medium to use, in my opinion. So I think I will make a palette out of there. The only thing is, once I fill this with gouache, I'm going to want to label these from the outside. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, considering it's black. I mean, I could buy a silver Sharpie, or my mom probably has one. Or I could just, like, put tape on there, write on the tape, I guess. But I don't have as many gouache colors as I do watercolor. So I'll do, like, one of each color that's in here, and there's only 12 colors in here, and I can fit 24 in there, which means the other half of the palette can be me making my own or gouache colors. Yeah. There's no purple in here either. Yeah, so I'll be able to make purples. I'll probably make a couple more browns, because the only brown I have is the burnt sienna. And I'd like a different brown. There's 2 greens, 2 blues, 2 reds, a brown. There's technically 3 yellows, a black, and a white. So, yeah, besides, like, making purples, oh, I can make pink. So I have a couple pinks, a couple purples, I'll make another brown. But that's not going to fill the other half of the palette, so it might be kind of an empty palette. But regardless, I think it'll be pretty neat. I just want to test out one more to see if adding the honey actually makes a difference. So I want to do that today and leave both out to dry and stuff, which this one should be dry by the end of today, I assume. And then the other one should be dry by tomorrow. Just see the difference. And when I did my watercolor palette, I didn't add white because I didn't have a white. It didn't come with the set. And then I haven't looked, but I was thinking to myself yesterday, I was like, I got a sketch box not too long ago. I guess it was a long time ago because it was on I got it for my birthday. So it was a long time ago. It doesn't feel that long ago, but I remember I got 3 watercolors in the box that I got. I'm going to set you down over here. And I'm pretty sure it came with a white. So I have, oh, these are gouache. Or some of these are gouache. This one's watercolor. I got a white watercolor, and brand is Savior Fair, I guess. It's probably not going to focus. Oh, was it focusing? You can kind of see it. It's backwards anyways for you guys. Then this one, I don't know. It says Farben Violet 120. Oh, this one's a gouache. It says gouache on this side. So this is a gouache, and that's in violet. And then this is burnt sienna, gouache. And then I think I have a couple others, because if I have one white watercolor, I have to have other watercolors, right? But I'm just glad to have the white. So that's pretty cool. And I have other gouaches, and I don't have a violet in that one. So even though this is a more expensive brand, I assume, I'm going to try that in there. I have no idea what quality this is. I have the piece of paper somewhere from my box, probably over here. I could probably look it up, and I probably will, but not right now. I want to see if I have any other ones. I have another one. It's in yellow, and it is a gouache, which I already have that color yellow in the gouache. Same with the burnt sienna. I'm going to turn you guys a little bit. That way it's not, like, crazy weird, and I can, like, come over here and not feel extra weird about it. And then I have watercolor in black, which obviously I already have. I already have 2 of them in tubes. And then I have this one now. Oh my god, I'm dropping everything. I think these were 2 different boxes, but one of the boxes, I'm not sure which, I assume the watercolor one came with this really cool brush, which I haven't used yet, because it looks so nice and I don't want to ruin it. And I think I got other ones. I got other stuff from my boxes that I've been wanting to make a video on, but I actually haven't, so let me know if you have any ideas. But I got some fine liners in green, red, black, and blue. And then I have 3 markers. They're alcohol markers, and they're spectrum markers. I just got a lot of junk that I haven't used because I've been saving them for a video. And then I haven't made the video. Whatever. I'm going to keep the gouache out, and I might as well take all of them instead of putting them all back in this stupid thing. But I'm definitely going to use the white and the black. I'll probably just put in the bag with my other tubed watercolors, honestly, because it doesn't make a difference, I guess, to me. So, I don't need any of these. I do kind of want to use the violet, because I don't think I have one. I might. Is this one violet? I can't tell. I'd have to take it out of the box, and I'm not dealing with that. Anyway, these are gouache, and these are watercolor. And I want to put this in a square to fit in my watercolor palette. My camera's not aimed at my face, so that's great. Was it like that the whole time? I'm sorry. But I'm really glad to see that this worked out. I want to try the honey thing. Probably, obviously not with the burnt sienna. I'll probably just try it with one of the other colors, probably black, or I could probably try the yellow ochre, actually. No, it's ultramarine. It's kind of close, but it's not violet. Well, the outside looks similar. But I'll probably try it with the black or something, because I think black will be pretty easy to tell if it's opaque, which is another reason why I use the burnt sienna, because it's more of a darker color, and it's easier to tell, whereas if I used, like a lemon yellow, like, it'd be harder to tell. Can you fit back in the box? Jeez, okay. So that's what I'm going to do today, and then I also want to use the gouache regardless today, so I think I'm going to fill that square, and then I'm going to paint with them. And I want to do a person, and I talked to my friend yesterday, and I was like, how do you make a skin tone, like, how do you make it without it looking too, like, bad, and, like, I've never made my own skin tone with paint, because I don't typically, like, paint people, but they told me how to do it, so not gonna brag or anything, but I'm a pro now. Jeez, yikes. But I have a lot of stuff on my desk. My art desk is just crazy full of art supplies, and this is my problem. Like, I won't even clean it up. I'll just navigate and paint around the mess that I've created, and then I create more of a mess, and then I have art supplies everywhere, and somehow I'm still able to function as an artist with supplies everywhere, and it's... I'm creating mayhem all around me, and I can't stop. Oh, Lord. Oh, and I wanna edit? Change? Same thing. Those things over there, because I have those totes, which are really nice. But I want to take that one that's like kind of more empty. It's not focusing on anything. And take all my notebooks and put it in there and lay them sideways because I just stack them on top of each other. And then I have a hard time getting the other ones, or I don't want to grab one because it's under like 5 other ones. And then I realized the other day, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Just lay them all sideways and then you can pull them in and out. Like, what am I doing? Honestly, what? So, that's what I want to do. I don't know when I'm actually going to do that, because I have a lot of other stuff I want to do before that, but I know I want to do that. I'll probably not do it today. Might do it tomorrow, actually. I'll probably have time to do that tomorrow, or I could do it way later tonight, because I'm hoping to video this and make it into a video, but even if I don't, like, that's fine, but it's still going to take time for me to do, and then if I do, it's going to take even longer to, like, import, edit, and export, and upload, and stuff like that, which is why I don't think I'll be able to get to that today, and if I do, it'll be, like, way later tonight, like, after dinner or something like that. So, oh, and I found a video recently about, like, drawing faces and stuff, and I sent it to 2 people, I think, but, it was really, really helpful, so I'll link it below if you want to check it out. I liked it a lot, and it was really helpful, especially because I've always had a hard time drawing faces. Like, I know how to draw a face, and I know where things go, but it never ends up looking right for some reason. Like, to me, at least, like, it never ends up looking right. But, like, with that, and I tested it out, like, last night, and it worked. And so, obviously I'm doing something wrong, but it was really helpful, and it worked a lot. Also, the video just confirms that Elsa from Frozen is actually a cat. So, I thought it was funny. Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. I have a lot of stuff to do. I just don't want to get up to do any of them right now. Technically, I don't have to because I could just slide back over there and start working on stuff. But then I gotta get up to get the honey. And honestly, I'm just lazy right now. I might make a cup of tea. I'll skip the coffee because I'll die. I'll just make myself a cup of tea. Go from there. Someone's pulling into my driveway. Hello, who are you? Enterprise. Truck rental? I didn't rent a truck. What are you doing here? Unless they thought my driveway was actually a road. In that case, fine, but that's weird. What? Or maybe the people below me rented a truck? Like a U-Haul? As far as I know, they're not moving, especially in the middle of winter. Like, people aren't listing places in the middle of winter because no one wants to leave their house in the middle of winter. Everyone's hibernating. But, I don't know. It's also just sitting here and talking and stuff. I also have a lot more energy today than I did yesterday and the day before and stuff. Like, the whole holidays, and, like, me being really anxious before, and before that, like, my depression, and then being anxious before that. And, like, right now I'm in this place to where, like, everything's not that bad, and even when my anxiety's bad, like, it was really bad yesterday, I was still able to get through it to the point where I don't feel like utter trash today, and I feel like I actually have energy to do stuff, which is really rare for me, and you'd think it wouldn't be, because I'm a maniac. But, yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm in a really good place today, which is really nice. I couldn't fall asleep and stuff, and I had a hard time waking up this morning, and I ended up laying there and going like, yeah, I'll just grab my phone in a minute, but I was too lazy to get up and like my back hurt, so I didn't, and then I ended up falling back asleep until 9 o'clock. But I think my body really needed it, honestly, because I feel a lot better. I don't know, I'm in a good place today, and that's really nice, and I'm not going to let it go to waste, because I know I could easily let it go to waste, and then I'll feel extra bad tomorrow. So I've decided against actually filming this, so I'm just gonna paint it, because I was gonna be like, yeah, it doesn't really matter if it comes out well, I still want to upload it, and yada yada whatever, but I don't really want to. I just kind of want to do it for myself, so I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then I want to edit it and update it, like, to do it again, you know, like, so, make changes to do it again. You know, what, do it again and then film it then. Whatever. I filled one of those squares with, some gouache and some, honey. My mind blinked. And, just gonna go from there. So, I don't know how long that's gonna take to dry. Maybe longer, maybe the same amount of time. I have no clue, honestly. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out if it works or not. I think it will, but you never know. I think it'll also just be really nice to have a gouache palette, so I think I am going to do that. Especially because this paint is so cheap, and it does work really nice, and I do like it a lot. That, especially if this other one works out and stuff for the other square that I'm doing, I'd like to make it into a palette, and then I'll be more likely to use this gouache more. And I don't know why I don't use it that much, considering it is cheap, but again, it's all I have, so if I don't want to use all of it, then I guess it makes more sense. Yeah, I don't know, I really like the idea of me being able to put them in the pan. So that's what I'm going to do, and I can always get more gouache later. I usually end up getting a gift card from someone for Michael's. Last year, the gift card I got from Michael's was actually from my friend Gabby, so I should be able to get another one for my birthday. My birthday's in March, so it's not far away. I can wait to get some more gouache, especially because I don't even think I'm going to be out of gouache by the time that happens anyways. I'll probably still have an okay amount by the time my birthday rolls around anyways, depending on how much I use it, because I really do like gouache and I want to use it more. So if I do end up using it more, then I'll probably have less, but it just depends. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here so I can get it edited and uploaded. And then I also want to hopefully start the YouTube video that I want to put up tomorrow. If it doesn't get done, that's fine, honestly. Last thing I can do is just film it or finish it off tomorrow, really, so I'm not too worried. And then if I don't get it done, I don't get it done. I'll just upload it for next Friday, so I'm not too worried about it. I try not to be too worried about it, because it doesn't really get me anywhere, and it just makes me more stressed to worry about it, so. But yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here, so I hope you guys had a good day and stuff like that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.